All right, welcome back to the Bootleg Studios of Rant Roller Sports. And this time, we're gonna do things a little different. All right, this time I'm taking you directly into the studio live, and we're gonna talk about this subject here of Luka Doncic being named the best 25 and under player to build a team around. Let's get right into it, guys.
I've been trying to tell Skip that little baby bird since he had. Since he
Oh,
was a
baby bird.
little head. And then he had little Ashley walking around. I said, that's him, Skip. That's the closest thing to the guy that I grew up. That was my favorite player growing up in South Georgia. Larry Joe Bird. I said, it's the closest thing you're going to get to it right here. And before it's all said and done, he might be better than Larry Joe. Before it's all said and done, Skip, there's no question. Jen said he got the most vote. Hell, he got.
Okay, this is how we gonna run. First, I gotta stop Shannon right off the bat. Luka Doncic is not gonna ever be better than Larry Joe Bird. Sorry.
The only votes. 100% of the people polled. When do you get 100% of anything? There ain't no medicine that gives you 100%. Even Lysol says 99%. That's it. 100% of them say Luka Doncic is the guy.
This is a strong commentary.
100.
How weak this is.
Ain't no weak. Ain't no weak. Ain't no weak. Don't do it, Skip. You saw him take down the number one.
Don't do that, Skip.
11 and 8 in game 6. Gave you 35, 10, and 4, and didn't even play in the fourth quarter. He's the one guy. Forget 25. He's the one guy that can give you 15, 20 assists and give you 40 to go along with that. There's not very many 25-year-old hell. Anybody under the age of 40. Only one other guy can give you maybe 40 and 10, 40 and 12. That's Go. That's Go.
Go James.
Other than Luka. Go can give you that. First team All-NBA each of the last 3 seasons. The man 23 years old. He played terrible against Golden State. All he gave you was 32, 9, and 6. Can I interest you in that, Skip Bayless? He's phenomenal. He is phenomenal. And when you're like, how can he do all? Man, he ain't got no ups. He ain't got no imposing body. He ain't built like young Dwight Howard. He ain't built like.
There have been many so-called unathletic players that have been dominant in the NBA, Shannon. All you got to do is look back. I mean, now I would say Larry Bird was athletic, the same way I would say Paul Pierce is athletic. It's just that their athleticism is kind of overshadowed by their skill level.
Like LeBron, you look at it like, man, how is he just, people just falling off him? You're not going to speed him up. You're not going to slow him down. And when he wants to get to a spot, and we've seen him in the playoffs.
All right, guys, they're starting this stuff about blocking my live stream for copyrighted material, of course. So let's go down. I'm just going to get to the point where they have these guys up on the screen. Let me see. Where is the list that they had of these guys? Here it is.
What was that?
All right. We don't have to listen to them keep talking. Let's have our own discussion, right? This is the list, guys. Luka Doncic, number 1. Jason Tatum, number 2. John Morant, number 3. Evan Mobley, number 4. Anthony Edwards, number 5. Zion, number 6. Scotty Barnes, number 7. LaMelo Ball, number 8. Trae Young, number 9. And Darius Garland, number 10. My area that I really love in sports, and that's team building. I do it often on different platforms of video games. I enjoy it more than actually playing the games, which is just setting up the teams and managing the teams through the season, making trades, signing players, so on and so forth, going through the draft. So, in my opinion here, there's some people on this list that should be switched around, right? I would not have Trae Young all the way down at 9th. I mean, you can't expect a player to do everything. Trae Young on any given night can give you 30 points and 10 assists. And he's going to come close to that on most nights, whether he misses the mark by a couple of assists or a couple of points. But he's basically going to give you 30 and 10 at the point guard position. Um, so I can't have him below Scotty Barnes. I can't have him below Evan Mobley right now. I can't have him below Anthony Edwards right now. Really, Trae Young should be right in there somewhere between Jason Tatum and Ja Morant. All right. Now, if you like Ja Morant's game more than you like Trae Young, that's cool. But Ja Morant hasn't accomplished more than Trae Young. So um, I think it's just about who you would want. Why they have Ja Morant so much higher than Trae Young when I haven't seen Ja Morant's defense be that much better than Trae Young, and he's definitely not a better offensive player. So to me, this is based on who they want to promote and who they want to like really who they want the media to get behind. People fell in love with Ja Morant's game. He's got the cute little colored braids in his head now. You know, he's walking around dating IG models. You know, he's the it guy right now. But what has he done more than Trae Young? I don't see it on the floor, and I don't even see it projected into the future because, um, unlike Allen Iverson, Ja Morant doesn't play much defense from what I see. So how could you have him so much higher than Trae Young when they're both basically offensive players? Just because Ja Morant can get up and dunk the ball like a bigger guy, he's not a better shooter than Trae Young. He's not a better facilitator than Trae Young. So the leadership might be on the table, but that's right now. You can't say he's a better leader than Trae Young. That remains to be seen. Also, the fact that they have LaMelo Ball number 8 on this list is just ridiculous. Um, I would take LaMelo Ball long term over Ja Morant at the point guard position based off of size alone. And I feel like LaMelo has an even bigger upside than Ja Morant based on his skill level being very comparable to Ja, but in a much bigger package. All right, now can LaMelo Ball stay healthy? Can Ja Morant stay healthy? These are questions, right? We go up the list here to Zion at number 6. Okay, that's just totally me and Skip are in agreement with this. This is just totally wrong. Um, Zion should be ahead of Evan Mobley. Um, he should be ahead of Ja Morant, to me, in my opinion, right now. Um, I've seen Ja so far, and like I said, his defense for what he should be playing that would separate him from this young crop of guys. I haven't seen it. But when Zion is healthy, wow. But I can't disagree with Luka being number 1. I can't disagree with it. Um, out of these group of guys, now I still feel that Giannis is the best young player, but we're talking about top 10 players under 25 to build around. Under Luka's 23, right? So we got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum caught a lot of flack for his performance in the finals, but that was his first trip. He looked tired. He looked like he didn't have his legs under him in the finals. So I'm gonna crop that poor performance up to fatigue. All right. Um, but who would you rather? Jason Tatum plays much better defense than either Luka, Ja Morant, Zion, LaMelo. So, but Luka is the table setter and the guy that leads the least in order to be successful around him, in my opinion. Right? So I don't disagree with Luka. Now the question is, who's after that? Would you pick Ja, LaMelo, Zion, Jason Tatum? Who has the bigger upside? Would it be Trae Young? Um, who's the most proven so far? And who's the most marketable? Those are also things that you have to consider. Who's the most marketable out of these guys? Luka, even though he's Caucasian, he's a foreigner. And foreigners are always harder to market in the United States. Just look at Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball has flooded itself with foreigners to the point where it's a little bit more difficult to market that game. All right. So Zion is already on everybody's radar, selling jerseys, filling arenas, right? Jason Tatum, he's not quite there as a head turner. John Morant has surpassed him as far as being a player, that's a favorite amongst the fans. Anthony Edwards was in a recent movie with Adam Sandler. But other than that, I don't see much star power out of Anthony Edwards as far as filling arenas and selling jerseys. This is what I'm talking about right now, the marketability. Trae Young, he could be very marketable. He just has to start winning in the playoffs. He has that everyman look. You don't know what he is. He could be Arab. He could be Puerto Rican. He could be Dominican. He could be Mexican. He could be mixed. You don't know what Trae Young is by his looks, right? He could be native. So he's very marketable if he can start winning into the playoffs. But before he loses all of his hair, because as we can see, he's very well into male pattern baldness is already setting in on Trae Young. So let's see what he looks like with a Caesar or a shorter haircut, right? But yeah, so far it's Luka, it's John Morant, and Zion and LaMelo. Those four guys are the most marketable. Um, to me, I would put Luka first, and I would actually take LaMelo over John Morant and Zion. Zion for obvious reasons, health, right? Nothing else other than weight, and health. Otherwise, Zion would be number one over Luka because it's just something about Zion that he just has it, man. He scores so effortlessly, and but it would be very close. And I flip flop these picks. Depends on what month it is. One month I might say I want to build around Luka. Next month I might say I want to build around Zion. Just depending on how I'm feeling. But let's see a healthy Zion this season. This is what all the fans want to see for the NBA's sake. All right, guys. I might go live later. I may not. Um, I might talk some football, but I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been going live a lot because the basketball algorithm has hijacked my channel. So anytime I speak about something other than basketball, um, it doesn't hit the algorithm, and I kind of screwed myself up with talking about so many different topics on this channel to start it out with. And then I didn't have any video go viral, but I had the Larry Bird reverse discrimination video start doing very well. And that video basically hijacked my channel algorithm, and I didn't know anything about those things at the time. So, as you can see, I have a Darryl Strawberry video, baseball video on my channel, very few views. I have an MMA video about Leon Edwards knocking out Kamar Usman, but I'm not in the MMA boxing algorithm either. Just finding out how all of this works. So it's a shame that they're trying to put everybody into a categorized box. Like you can't even be an all-around sports guy anymore. You can't like 3 or 4 or 5 different sports because each one of them has their own algorithm and subcategory algorithms even under that. So there you have it, folks. That's why I haven't. I'm just because I'm grateful for my subscribers for this channel. I haven't shut this channel down. But like I said, I I want to talk about more than basketball, and YouTube's algorithm is making it very difficult for me as a young channel to be spread out into different areas of sports. Like if I want to start talking about soccer or boxing more on this channel or MMA more on this channel, it's just the algorithm, they wouldn't do successful. They wouldn't be as successful if I would have just made a straight boxing channel. All right, guys, or a straight baseball channel, which I'm probably going to have to break down and do. I mean, it's the machine. What am I going to do, right? I can't change it. So that's why I haven't been going as live, and that's why I haven't been putting as much content on the Rant Roller Sports channel, because it's basically now a basketball channel by the algorithm, and I wanted to be able to be more versatile than that. Speak on NFL football, speak on boxing and MMA, baseball, you know, so on and so forth, track and field, but they all have their separate algorithms. So I thank all of you guys have been riding with me with this channel and supporting my content. Until next time, see you guys. Peace.